Welcome back to the Control Pod.
Yay! I can't tell if I'm in frame properly, but that's okay.
Our third take. Wait.
Oh, I think that's fine.
Should be chilling. Wow, videographer doesn't know how to frame the angle.
No, I think
this
it's
is
fine.
Great. Nah, it's good. Welcome back to the Control Pod, everybody. We have had a quiet week. We didn't upload last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, actually, no. We would have uploaded Renee, and this is the catch-up.
Yes.
That we needed.
That's
and
right.
Your boy has been inconsistent as hell. I promise I'm trying to develop a schedule, but
That's
your boy just keeps falling behind.
There. It'll be consistent after Renee.
Yes, after Renee. No
Take
more.
Control.
Take control over our own Control Pod, which is great. Hey, we just got back from Bali. It's been a pretty scattered week for sure. Far out. I was so exhausted coming back. Spent 5 days there, Monday through to Friday.
Got back Saturday morning.
Yeah, flew out this Friday night. Got back Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Slept a couple hours, walked the dog, came back, slept a few more hours.
And then we got a new dog.
And now we have a new dog.
Just kidding. We're babysitting Freya. Actually, Freya will be coming on the pod in this month, which you'll be meeting, but we have Freya's dog first as our guest.
I know.
Hey,
Freya,
Frankie.
No. Frankie. I just called her Freya.
Freya.
Frankie. Frankie, down, please. Yeah. No, I think the long weekend came at a really good time.
Yeah.
We definitely needed, I think, that last Monday to really reset and just make sure that we're ready for the week. At the time we're filming, it's Tuesday, so we've been back a few days now. But how awesome is this that we always talk about it, signing Mr. Summit as a client after doing a podcast with Jadyn all those weeks ago. We found out a lot of lore about Mr. Summit. And I think the process of Bali wasn't as simple as, Jadyn's leaving, let's open up a store.
Yeah.
Although that happened maybe 3 years back. And it wasn't just like within that year, they're like, let's open a store.
That's right.
There. So really, really cool to get close to the boys and have that opportunity as well. And I think it goes to show how important doing this podcast is, as scattered as it is sometimes. Being able to chat to like-minded people who run business, people who are talking about content and doing all these things as well. What's wrong, Frankie?
So anxious. Come here.
Lucky. Don't let Choco see that. And yeah, it's great. We are very grateful. But what's your take on it, Alisha? You were the one that sort of set up this whole operation.
Bali,
chatting to the Summit boys. Things.
This shows that one podcast can lead to a lot of opportunities. That's crazy, right? Literally, we had Jadyn on the pod, reached out to us in end of the year to then do content for them, and now we're taking over control over their social media accounts, doing very, very well. And then, third store opening, they said, let's add more accounts to this account and lock the frick in. And here we are. So we went to Bali for a week with the three co-founders of Mr. Summit to essentially just document their whole new process of opening up a store overseas. And it's been actually really interesting, like all the legalities, documents, cultural respect, respecting culture, sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of sort of new takes to opening up a cafe that you would not have to think about in Australia, but that you do have to think about over there. And yeah, really interesting journey. Getting to know the three boys a bit more closely as well, and kind of more talking about their experiences, their struggles, their breakthrough moments, and yeah, it was really eye opening. Although I kind of feel like we already knew that already, sort of.
I think so. Just sort of put a ribbon around it.
Yeah,
and just interlocked.
We had the puzzles, just pieced them more together.
Yeah, definitely. And the boys got a control tattoo, which I thought was fucking ridiculous.
They did get a control tattoo.
Oh my gosh. When your clients get your brand tattooed onto them, that's that's lifelock, basically.
Lifelock contract.
Nah, it's insane.
What was the story behind that? So we were talking about tattoos because they wanted to get a tattoo. They kept trying to convince Jadyn to get a tattoo, and I was like, no, it's not happening.
Drop a comment below and I'll do it.
I was like, it's not happening. My mum would kill Jadyn if that happened, and I'm sure your mum doesn't want tattoos either.
Yeah, no,
it's both ways.
It's parents. But one day I'll just be like, I'm old, I'm wrinkly.
No, he's not gonna.
I'll just YOLO it.
He won't do it.
I won't do it. I'm too scared of needles.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we're both really scared of needles.
Yeah.
So then Jadyn came to us and was like, oh,
we have a surprise.
we're gonna surprise for you guys. And we were like, what? And then he's like, we're gonna get control tattooed on us. And we were like, what? what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, just to commemorate this trip. We're like, what? But then obviously there's like a double meaning to it. So it's actually control plus V, which is like copy paste. But for them, it's like, yeah, part of it is control, working with us at control, coming on, like bringing their marketing trip to their business trip
Yeah, it's like their
to
first,
experience.
first experience of doing it, and they were really excited about it. Like first time
Yeah.
flying some people out
Yeah.
to get things captured.
That's
Yeah,
exactly right. So very, very exciting moment for them. And obviously commemorating us coming, so control coming. Then obviously plus the V also adds a meaning of copy and pasting. So bringing the Mr. Summit Melbourne and copying and pasting it into Bali. So I was like, that is so cool. Like obviously if it was just control would be better. But, but the fact that they were like willing to do that was so nice, and just like in a way it's like a reassuring such a weird way of reassuring that we're good. But like it just shows that like our hard work has paid off, their hard work has paid off, and we've got a very good collaborative working approach with them. Um, and I think that that is awesome to see. And I think that was a really exciting part of the trip as well. And yeah, they're already asking us when we're getting our summit tattoos, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon.
I wanted to jump in as well, and I think like it's a really great analogy. Obviously, you said at the start, like one podcast brought us to here.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good way to look at maybe social media as well.
Yeah.
Like just because you get X amount of views, one of them could send you somewhere, or one of them
Yes.
could land you a client
That's
as
right.
well. And it's a really good perspective change as well, because I think, I mean, all the previous podcasts we've literally just been talking about views, views, views. Like we're feeling like we're not performing, but we don't really market ourselves that way. We sort
Yes.
of value the connections, the relationships that you can form through authentic content
Yes.
as well. And I think that's what stands out. And clearly it's worked for us. So why wouldn't it work for other people?
That's exactly right.
Mm.
That is spot on. Right, Frankie?
Mm.
So cute. Yeah, massive perspective change. But also just like seeing the grind from them has shown us the reason why we do what we do and why we grind so much, just as much as they do. I think it just shows that there is benefit to working hard and knowing that it will pay off at some point down the track. And whether that's for them opening up their third store and now overseas, or whether that's for us like getting another client, or even just being able to increase our editor to like 30 hours, like closer to full time, which is what we did just recently. Like all those things make a massive difference over in the long term. Like you might not see it straight away as you're working hard in it, but as you see it over the long period of time, you will definitely reap the benefits from it. And I think for that, like it was like very reassuring to us to show that like they care about their business and the staff and the process and how everything revolves around this brand as much as we care about how control also revolves around the brand. I think that's the most important thing with a client relationship. Like it's two ways, not just one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for these guys because we did a podcast with them.
We did.
We're going to release it next week. So
Mhm.
chronologically, I don't know, makes a little bit. I don't know. We had a discussion. And we're like, should we release it after? Should we talk about it after that podcast comes out? Anyway, there will be a
This is like
podcast.
your pre-warning that there's a really cool podcast next week. So
Yeah.
you should listen for next week.
Yes.
Very positive way to look at it.
Yeah, there's a positive way to look at it. And basically, when we talk about relationships and cultural appreciation as well, it's so good that Jordan's firstly Indonesian, but he's not Balinese as well. And I think people get that muddled up a little bit sometimes, rightfully so. But the boys are so conscious that they want to preserve the culture of Bali.
Yes.
And I think when we were in Uluwatu, you look around at some of the stores that do well and some of the stores that don't really do too well, and you can probably pick it from a mile away. Basically, it's like, is it very polished and just dystopian, sort of utopian vibes, right? Like too clean to be there. Like we went into this cafe and it was beautiful. Like the interior was awesome, had all the merch, all everything that you could want, but just was dead quiet basically.
Yeah.
We went to Bamboo Fitness. I feel like that was the only thing that was like really pumping, but even then, not a single Balinese person as well.
Yeah, it was all tourists and influencers, and yeah, it was insane. Like the influencer tourist community there is just so strong.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's ruined the image of Bali.
of course it has a little bit. Everyone will agree with that. Like everyone, Australians go there with so much money and like converting that into rupiah, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so much I can spend with it. And that's just the mentality of just having money.
Yeah, like it stimulates their economy for sure. Like there's that payoff. But I think, yeah, the relationship side of things, like there's this real attitude that, when you go to Bali, you live like kings,
Mm.
live in a big fuck off
Yeah.
villa and, have your little Balinese slaves and stuff and
That's the
everything.
thing that's
But
happening with Japan now. It's cheaper for us to go there, so people are going to take advantage of that. Whereas if it's sort of an even balance, not completely more expensive or completely too cheap, then it doesn't get taken for granted. You think about it more when you spend it. But the people that are humble, that we have obviously met people there that are super humble, like better, so much better of a mindset than an influencer spending their money there. So
absolutely.
it's all just mindset, I think, of the person. Like I think from what we heard, the owner of Bamboo is like super humble, and that obviously is part of the reason why and it's still a trainer at the gym, right? So then is involved within the community of that community. And I think that's what Mr. Summit is definitely looking to do, but to even better bridge the gap between the local community and the tourist community. And I think that's where it's going to really be interesting because, like, you're going to see this two different communities start to migrate a little bit more. And it's really going to be the responsibility of Mr. Summit and, like, the team to bridge that gap and involving them both together. And I'm curious to see how they're going to do it. But also, it's like also important for us to think about how we're going to market it because we're going to have to market to two of them.
Yep.
As important is as easy as it going to be to market to the influencer community or the tourist community, I think it's actually going to be harder to market to the local community.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we need to think about that.
Well, on that topic, and I think that's like a really good discussion. Maybe like leading into Bali, I felt like a little guilty. You're like, oh, living the Bali influencer lifestyle and everything. But I think if you are respectful, kind, understanding of the culture and the community, then do your thing. Like
Yeah.
you can't control the cards that you're dealt with, nor should you hide from the fact that you have privilege. And we have so much privilege being able to go overseas and, obviously our dollar is a lot stronger and we have the luxury of being able to spend there. And I think a lot of people take that for granted,
Yeah.
which has left a bit of distaste. But yeah, I'm pretty big on that respect piece because it doesn't really sit well with me sometimes. But looking at the boys as well, like they're all learning Bahasa, they're all trying to really integrate and eat at local shops. Like the amount of local joints that we went to was just insane.
It was
It
so
wasn't just like,
good.
eating these fresh,
It was
like
like
fruity
sitting on the
vibes.
street
Yeah.
type vibes when I thought I was going to get sick, but I didn't actually. So thank goodness. But you know what, though? I think it's exciting because this is how, as well, Control is going to bridge that gap as well because we are on the hunt for our videographer for Mr. Summit in Bali. So obviously we can't fly to Bali every month. That's not
As
realistic.
much as we'd
if
love to.
We're taking care of dogs. Not this
The
one, but
doghouse.
the old grandpa in the back. Choko. And just like our life is obviously solely in Melbourne, but we've taken upon ourselves to go into the search to look for a local videographer. And I think we found someone we really, really like. So
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the hiring process.
yes.
Because I think it's really interesting to see the reception to our videos because we did a Melbourne videographer call out
Yeah.
and we did a Bali videographer call out and the
Yes.
reception was insane.
It was insane. Yeah. My gosh.
I
We
was-
gained to like 200 followers. I think we gained probably about 200 followers from that post, like just videographers and other creatives following us on Instagram, which was insane. Was not expecting that many people to email us, like in interest to working with us. And haven't, if you're listening, I haven't gotten back to you guys all, but I will very, very soon. It's been, very overwhelmingly like good though, not a bad
positive,
thing.
all
Very
positive.
positive.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting that many responses, so we'll definitely be going through and starting to, I guess, collectively look at who can our control videographers be in Melbourne, but also in Bali. And we took it upon ourselves, as much as the Bali trip was a good time to like film with the guys and whatnot. We had a day off where the guys went to Solo in Indonesia, so we had that day to ourselves to use as a bit of a break from control, but also we decided to interview some videographers there locally, and very interesting experience. I think as much as you forget that as much as they're probably nervous, like if I was in their position, I'd be like shaking. we were just as nervous too. Like it
Yeah,
was
for sure. It's a big
really,
day.
it was
Like,
really
we
scary
only had sort of 3 interviews, but yeah,
on that
wow,
day.
it
Yeah.
takes the wind out of you. I think, yeah, interviewing, making sure your social battery's on, looking for certain cues, ways of working. Because
Perspectives.
obviously you're not shooting with this person, so you're basically basing your vibes off the work that they've done. But for us, it's all about vibes. You can always
Yeah.
teach videography. Like Alicia does an incredible job, and I feel like
Thanks.
that's just been being able to tweak a few things, and then
Yeah.
obviously in New Zealand was able to help someone also level up pretty easily, just
Mm.
with a few tweaks here and there. Like,
It's all mindset.
it's all mindset. It's all like, sure, there's stylistic choices that everyone differs a little bit in terms of what they see and how they view the world and how they view certain things. But a lot of our content, talking heads, just playful as well.
Yeah.
It's not like this pristine, polished look to it. And I think that's why like it does well, with Mr. Summit. Like, it's quite raw, authentic, and vibey. So yeah, looking and narrowing down, I guess shortlisting a bunch of videographers that we thought were best fit for what the control vibe was.
Yeah.
Um,
Very
uh,
interesting
yeah,
process.
really, really interesting. I think like this is where culture sort of comes in as well. Like, we had this running joke where everyone runs on Indo time.
Oh yeah, everyone's late.
Yeah.
So late in Indonesia. It's
How did
actually
you feel?
crazy.
I actually want to get your thoughts on it, because I think for yourself, like, you are quite, to the T and need things to be quite set in stone and organized.
Although I think I'm to the T, but if you communicate, I don't really care. Like, I am pretty chill that way. Like, as long as there's communication ahead of time, then it's so fine. It's just when there's no communication, I just think that's not really like great. Like, it's not a good look, you know? But also I'm mindful of, like, there was something that I learned was interesting, was that when you're traveling in Bali, you're obviously traveling on a scooter, and then you can't really go on your phone. I mean, you shouldn't really be going on your phone driving anyway. That concept doesn't really make sense. But you're literally like on an open ride scooter, so you can't just like go on your phone and text.
Yeah, that's true.
But that doesn't mean you can't like text as you're before you
Just
leave
before
to
you
say,
leave.
"This is my ETA. I'm sorry, I'm late."
I
Can do that.
I did hear that a lot of ceremonies sometimes happen, so they shut down the main roads, which
Yeah,
is what
so
adds 15
interesting.
minutes. So maybe that could happen mid-ride. But
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to make excuses for other people, but as long as you're respectful about everything and you sort of communicate,
Yeah.
like that's all
It's
we were
fine.
after, basically. But if you were to,
Pause. Frankie, come here. You lie down here. Stay.
but if
Say.
you were to describe maybe what we were looking for, could you put it to words? Because I think we were running in tandem. We sort of knew what we were after, but I don't think it was
Well,
a spoken thing, right?
it's not like we haven't been in our hiring progress before. Sarah was a part of our first ever hiring process that we've ever done, interviewing people, and we obviously got a very clear vibe check from that, just not even on skill, but just on like personality. So I think that's the same mentality that we had going in. And I think within the first like 5 to 10 minutes, we could already tell whether we were gonna like good to have as mates or people to have like as a community or to know, but whether we were gonna really hire them as controller, I think we already knew within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Like, it was pretty clear. But that doesn't mean we didn't spend the time to get to know them, ask some questions. Like, we still wanted to give them the opportunity to present themselves however they did. And at the end of the day, they've also put time aside to meet with us, and we're still grateful for that opportunity. So I think that was kind of the main thing. We were asking a lot of questions about who they were, what their background was, what's their current situation, if they've
How did
got
they got into
videography or how many years they have of experience. So, I mean, again, for me, like, it's not really about the experience. Like, I don't think
Yeah, I don't think it was
6
ever.
years or whatever it is really matters.
Yeah, well,
really
it was
matters,
quite
right?
apparent they like very much laid it on the table.
But I wonder if that's because that's what people care about more here in Bali,
Bali,
or
yeah.
like, do they care someone with experience? Because here in Australia, everyone like kind of does content now.
Yeah, I
So-
so funny. The more recent trend right now is like, oh, I want someone with more experience, and then they like AI generate them like building the Great Wall of China or like
Oh my gosh.
touching
So
the moon for the
dramatic.
first time and stuff.
Because I get that perspective. Like, people here are like, oh, how many years of experience? That's a very old way of thinking.
It's very old way.
And I don't think that happens in Australia anymore, but I don't know whether that's still the same in Bali. Like, who knows? Because is
Nah.
content that common there? I don't know. Like, to the extent that it is here, maybe not.
True. I look at experience, like when people name experience as, I just think it just leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I'm like, okay, and Cool. Like
Yeah.
you've been in the industry what for a duration of time.
Yeah.
Like good on you, you know? Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you I think I'm a very attitudinal
Personality
personality
person.
hirer.
Yeah, than
Uh
it is for like the videography aspect. No,
yeah.
I totally agree. Like I think it just makes a big difference based on the personality and the can-do attitude rather than like your experience. Because it's like yes, experience matters, don't get me wrong. Like there's certain things about handling with clients or being on shoot or professionalism around that you have to learn as you go, but then you don't want someone that's new and has never done that, rocks up onto shoot and then obviously like doesn't behave well. That's very different, but there's also a bit of common sense in that as well.
Common sense
This
is
is
not
not
so common.
common, we
Yep.
know.
Yep.
But yeah, we interviewed 3 people on that Thursday, and then had the rest of the day off to just go and explore the area, which was really like not
It's pretty chill.
too much for
Learn how to
us.
ride a scooter.
Learn how to ride ski. That was very scary for me. That's
Oh
like because I
my
was in the back
gosh.
of
I
Jadyn.
was chilling.
There were some corners that you were like, my bad.
The first one, yeah.
No, there
First
was one
ride.
where you like went straight into like some leaves and stuff, and I was getting
Yeah, that was the
whacked.
first ride.
Yeah, no, but like there was some second corners where you were like really close to edging. Anyway, that's just me being.
Are you alive?
Yeah, but I'm
Are
injured.
you
I'm
breathing?
injured right now.
You're injured right
Not
now.
from not from
Self-inflicted. Self-inflicted.
And then the second day after that, we had the chance to just get one more interview
We
in.
squeezed that in, and thankfully we did actually, because
Yeah.
we were gonna say no, weren't we?
We were just not gonna meet with them like until we like either went back or just like online. But I'm glad we did because that was also good. And then out of those 4, we have found someone that we are keen to work with. We've just got to sort out a couple more finer details and whatnot with them. And then if all goes well, then yeah, they're going to be control Bali
Bali.
videographers. It was awesome.
That's insane, because do you remember when we first started, we said secure our first like international client? Obviously we didn't hit that in the first year,
Oh, true.
but we've now
Hit that in our second.
hit that in
well,
our
yeah.
second year, and
I guess that counts. Hey, like
It
whether
does-
it's not like a random international client, but like a client of ours who goes overseas. I mean, yeah, true. I mean, that's like that could count.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
I don't make the rules, but that's still international client in my eyes.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
pretty
think
freaking good.
we take that, and who
We do
knows
take
what it
that.
could open up as well.
Yeah, who knows? Like that's so true. Well, not even for us, but for them. Like it's all about growing together. Like we said that in the interview that we wanted to be clear that for us this isn't all about money and making sure you just do the job and leave. Like this is a part. You're going to be a part of a community with us, like with Control, even with Summit, or with all of us together. Like we're going to be working together. So I think that was like super exciting, and yeah, we're hopeful that this person is gonna really take control as we stand for the most. But that was kind of like our trip. But other than that, like we're just documenting their journey. You were filming on a scooter, which is probably low key dangerous, but that's okay.
It was crazy. I was raw dogging the FX3 just in one
It
hand,
was
like
$6,000
just
in
holding
one
that.
hand.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was pretty nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
It was really fun, and we're grateful to the guys because they covered pretty much the entire trip, and we're just really lucky that they were really happy to take us on, and not even just as a client, but to bring us to Bali is just such a big deal for us, but for them as well, and we don't take that for granted. So yeah, the content's gonna be sick. I think it's gonna be really really cool. It's gonna be more raw style though, more documentary, more real, not really like planned as Mr. Summit normally is skit wise, but it might be a different take that people might enjoy.
It might be a refreshing take, to be honest. Like truly take people along for the ride.
That's true. It might be something different.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we hope that you guys enjoy that podcast because that's going to come out next week. And you'll obviously start to see the content rolling out from around May. It's kind of the
Yep, very exciting. Oh, hopefully we will be able to. But I broke my laptop.
oh yeah, oh my god, you go tell them the
Completely
story.
forgot. Last day, actually last like I reckon half hour in Bali before we jumped in the Uber or the Grab or the Gojek,
Yeah.
and I'm packing my stuff away, like not too frantically.
Yeah.
I'm normally quite scattered when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
Especially we were in a rush, like packing stuff away. But no, I was just like sort of taking my time, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm done with the laptop. Went to close it. I never slam my lid. Like I never do that because I just know it's not like you never know what's gonna be under the screen, whether it's a little pebble or something. Go to close it, and then I like look off to the side, and then I feel it like stop on something. I'm like, fuck. And I lift the lid up.
Yeah.
and my screen's just going bzz, 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 like it was just cracked in the bottom right corner.
Oh
And it was my USB-C
no.
cable that had snuck its way into the crevice of my laptop, and unfortunately big 16-inch is out.
So
Nah, it's
sad.
not fully broken, but it was pretty annoying because like I was wanting to maybe jump on the laptop a little bit before we knocked off and fell asleep
Yeah.
on the plane, and just to get a few more projects and stuff done. But yeah, unfortunately out of action now, so I can't live the digital nomad life. But having said that, it's opened up a pretty cool opportunity to splurge a little bit and buy a smaller laptop. I think one of the big complaints for myself is having the 16-inch laptop is awesome. Like the real estate that you get on the
Mm.
screen and being able to see everything is awesome. But carrying that thing around, very burdensome.
Heavy.
Very, very
Big and
heavy.
heavy.
Yep. Very, very heavy. And it was getting to a point where, gone to Japan, both of us,
Mm.
having to lug that around was like such a pain in the ass.
That's right.
Going to New Zealand,
Mm.
that was pretty annoying
Yep.
too, if I'm going to be honest. And then now we'll go to Vietnam, we'll edit our own content, and then maybe another Bali trip as well, which is Tassie too.
Yeah. We're finalizing a lot
Yeah.
of things.
I mean, when I say it out loud, far out, like I sound like an entitled little.
Wait, Tassie? Oh,
Yeah,
that we've
bringing the
been. Yeah.
laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bring the laptop.
yeah,
Yeah.
like all the travel, everything. Like I sound a bit entitled, but seriously, it was a bit of a knock. So I think if I had my time back, I would probably get a 14-inch
Mm.
or something smaller, just for the convenience of lugging it around. But yeah, very the experience of trying to get this screen fixed was cooked. Like we booked in an appointment, and thankfully Alicia set our region back to Australia because I was crashing out that I couldn't book it, and I was like,
Yeah. You're
"You're in
getting
Indo,
appointments in Bali, and I was like,
you're in
that is
Indo."
not gonna work.
Booked it, walked over to my Mac, Flinders Street. I'm literally outing them right now because that guy was actually
Rude.
so rude.
Yeah.
Head up to the counter. Hey, just have a booking for Jadyn. Unfortunately, I've done something to my laptop screen, and he's like, "Oh," gives me a little look of like, "Here we go." Says, "Do you have Apple Care?" Said no, and he's like, "It's gonna be expensive."
So
I was
rude.
like, Okay, like cool, like no remorse or anything at all,
Yeah.
like just you're a fucking idiot, basically.
Pretty much.
Which, like, yeah, sure, it's a bit of a stupid mistake, and like should be more careful.
Yeah.
Like, but show some empathy.
Yeah.
It was just insane. Like
It
nothing,
is pretty
not an ounce
insane.
of anything. So that Asian guy from my Mac, you're cancelled. And that was that. He quoted me $1,600. I said, "Nah, fuck yourself." Walked out, and ran through all the options. And it probably just makes more sense to probably use that money that could have been spent towards a MacBook.
That's it. That's it. Not worth it. I agree. I mean, look, things happen. Just have to be
So Jadyn
more.
coded.
It is very Jadyn coded, but it's okay. Things happen. Now it's just signs that are telling you to just slow down. Just slow
Yeah.
down and just take one thing at a time. And then well, it makes sense. I think it just doesn't make sense you traveling around with this big, lungy, big, heavy laptop when that could be like a desktop, and then you can bring a smaller computer.
Yeah.
That is good for like smaller projects. So that was a bit of a side quest coming back to
I know,
Melbourne
it's a
from
bit of a
Bali.
sad
Unexpected.
twist to the story, but overall a really positive experience. I think just quickly as well, we've been able to recalibrate quite well. Obviously, like work wise, it's mounting up, and there's a fair bit of things to do from now until the 24th, which
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
this
we're going to
podcast will probably be out. Going to Vietnam, which is so exciting, and that would be a nice reset for the both of us.
Yeah.
Because as much as like it's cool and glamorous to be traveling and doing all these things, we are still working. Like those are some freaking exhausting days.
That's right.
I'm not gonna lie. But we got home and got our office back, which is so exciting. Shout out Violet. Finally finding a house to live in Melbourne.
Congrats.
Congratulations. But in all honesty, it was a lot of displacement there as well. Like we didn't have a set space to go to get work done. It wasn't productive whatsoever. I probably had my least productive hours of working in a long time, and I'm quite unproductive sometimes. But recalibrated the whole office setup, and it looks awesome. I'm so like I'm excited to
But
work
it
in
looks like
there.
there's more space in there, which we were like, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think when when you're cooped up in a room for quite some time, and not being able to firstly have access to that room,
Mm.
Frankie, firstly have access to that room, but then secondly feel really cramped in it. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really invite you to want to work. But I
Mm.
think this space looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would killed it. I think Frankie's itching to get
To
out
get
to
out.
maybe pee.
Yeah. All right. We'll end it there. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in to the episode next week because it'll be really, really cool. Can't wait to release that to the world. And if you are listening on Spotify, be sure to rate the show 5 stars. You can do so by clicking on our profile and rating it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit a like, let us know you're there as well. Leave a comment. And
Stay for next week because Mr. Summit will be on.
that's it.